Supposed to be 4 feet, or 4 feet, good lord, 4 inches deep. And we are planning on trellising, or not trellising, mulching, good lord, can't speak today. So you're supposed to put it 4 inches deep. And then, you know, hopefully we'll mulch this. There's one right there. Put that there so we know it's there. Make some of this mulch back, actually. And then like 6 inches apart. So if this is 4 inches, so we go 5, 6 here. That's another bulb. I would imagine that next year the calendula is going to come up like roughly in the same area. So let's go 4 inches down, pull it away, and then see 4 inches down, pull it away. And the wing planted right there, so maybe we're not doing it super far apart side to side, but honestly I don't know how much this is going to grow. So I'm not super concerned. If we get a lot, cool. If we don't get huge bulbs, that's okay too. We just want to grow this garlic this year, or this next year, so that we get garlic that is used to our garden and how everything is here. Because this garden is from Addie, Washington, which is in Stevens County. We're in Ferry. It is usually a lot warmer than where we are. So all we're really going for here is naturalizing the garlic to our area, to our garden. Like you did with your tomatoes. Do you want to talk about that? You can.
I started tomatoes from seed, and the first year they did pretty good, and then we saved the seeds from that year, which was how many years ago?
I don't know, 4.
4 years ago?
But you didn't necessarily start from seed the first year.
Well,
You started from plants that you got.
well, we started from plants.
What kind of plants?
Sun sugar and sunray.
You've been doing sun sugar longer than sunray.
The first time we got a kind of sun sugar or sunray, we got sun sugars from our local nursery.
Doing fine.
And it did good, and then that year we saved the seeds, and then the next year we planted it. And it did pretty good. Some of the seeds died, and we did get a couple more plants. But it did good, and then the next year we planted some again, and I just kept planting them and making them do better in my area.
So what is that called? We just talked about that. So what is that called?
Oh,
that's a carrot.
A carrot? Where?
I think so. Either that or maybe it's kale.
Well, that might be a kale, because this is a kind of kale too.
They were all old seeds.
Yeah.
Old seeds. I did not expect them to grow, but I'm not mad that they are, because everything is going to grow well.
Yeah.
Or even just growing, and then it dies back during the winter, and it feeds the soil, and that's exactly what the soil needs. Lots and lots of food. So what is it called when you start growing something in your garden and you save the seed over and over and over again? What does it do? What's the benefit of that?
It makes it better to your climate.
And it grows better in your climate. So that's the naturalization that I was talking about.
And
was there anything else that was particularly notable about your sun sugars? That maybe people would be like, well, why did you save seed from that? You know?
I mean, I like it with salt and pepper.
I do too. And tomato sandwiches like Jess from Winter Refuge are so good.
Yeah.
I am very pleased with those.
Yeah.
So what about, oh yeah, that one's right side up. So chunky, I wasn't sure which side was the top. What about the fact that Sun Sugars, when you buy them from the store, are hybrids? What does that mean?
Hybrids. I can't
You can't remember? That's okay.
remember.
It's on the spot. On the spot, on the phone is way different than just talking like regular people sometimes.
Yeah.
So hybrids mean that they have parents that are two separate kinds of varieties. So one could be really, really juicy and really sweet. And the other could have a beautiful color.
A lot of them
and a
are
lot of
juicy.
health, but they might have really good health. So they go, okay, we're going to take this one and this one, and we're going to breed them together. We're going to let them cross-pollinate. And then the babies are going to have the color of the one that's wonderful and the flavor and the juicy of the other. And that's what a hybrid is. It means it is a child of two different varieties, and it may not breed back, it may not grow back true if you save seeds from it. So have we experienced this?
Yes.
You had Sun Sugars that didn't come back the way you thought they would?
Yes.
What happened with them?
My tomatoes crossbred with my sister's, and they turned red, and the year before last, I think it was, we had, Sun Sugars, I'm pretty sure, Sunrise and Sun Sugars crossbred with some of my mom's tomatoes, and they tasted really good. We didn't actually know what they crossbred with.
Yes, we tend to do a lot of varieties.
Yeah.
But I don't mind because all of them, for the most part, taste pretty good. And if they grow better here, then we haven't lost anything.
Yeah. It's much easier to know what you planted. Like in my bed, I knew what I planted. I planted Sun Sugars and Sunrays. That's pretty much that's my favorite tomatoes, so.
Why are they your favorites?
Well, they just taste really good. When we tried them with salt and pepper, that was so good the first year. And
Did you eat tomatoes before that?
yeah, I did.
So we're gonna get lots of volunteer zinnias in this bed. Zinnias and marigolds and calendula. But these aren't quite done drying. And they weren't totally pollinated, you see? If you look at it, the very center is not like that. They didn't create seed.
Yeah.
I don't know if garlic and calendula like each other, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. I hope the garlic does grow, because
It smells really good.
it does.
I haven't eaten it yet, but I mean, it smells really good. So what is this going to do? Like, if we get garlic this year, are we just going to divide up the very best cloves and eat them again? Or plant them again?
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah. Just like with my green onions, I did start them from just onions from the store. And they first did really good, and this year they did good too.
Yeah.
We were starting, yeah, we were starting to like put more in that bed. But I'm hoping the garlic does the same. So I'm gonna walk you through the. I'm gonna take you through the garden. It looks a little messy, but it is starting. Everything's starting to die back. And all that. So this is the garlic. Like it tried to flower. Let me see. Can you see that? It has these cute little things. If I did this earlier, I could have got a better shot of this. As you can see, they're just plain onions. Some of them are starting to pop out of the ground. And we have some mint with them. The mint's doing great. So are the onions. The onions like the mint so far. This is my sister's bed. It does kind of look craggly because some of this did die. Like, it froze. So they are looking fraggly. Except these, they're really nice. We first didn't know what they were. I can't remember what they were called, but my sister planted them last year, and they were really pretty. And she got them back. They were pretty much the only ones. And then this is my bed. It's a little bit more dead looking. I did have a lot. And this is my snapdragons. You can see that. Let me see. Let me get a better aim at that. All of this is where the seeds are. This one in my hand is actually, hold on a second. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, let me put you somewhere. So we are trying to get better. I'm planning on saving the seeds and making another thing about it. But this is what, hold on, let me adjust that. This is what snapdragon seeds look like. They're very tiny. I'm just going to sprinkle them back on my bed because we'll probably come back next year. Then those are our raspberries. They are trying to come back. But that's most of it. And as you can tell, my mint is doing really well. It actually, last year, it liked to freeze. Like, it didn't mind it. All this is starting to die back. This is our little pear tree. We didn't get pears this year, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a pest issue. This is my kale bed. As you can tell, it has these kales. They taste really good. Then as my mom said, she did sprinkle some of that old seed on here, and it did come up. So, like, there's little kales here and there, little radishes or all that.
Radishes and rutabagas, which I have not seen any of. Look at these roots. Those are your brother's zucchini.
It's 14 minutes.
Okay. I don't mind. Do you?
No. It's just all long and short.
Oh, it's probably not going to be a short at this point.
At this point, it's probably going to be a video. But my soil is better than this one. We're trying to make this a better area to grow in.
Yeah.
It's a little dry. This is always where the sun hits first. And like my bed is kind of like to the area where the sun goes down. Kind of. but
You have shade from the apple tree too, though.
yeah.
That really helps. That helps quite a bit.
And all the honeybees and all of the bees really did like my borage and my mint. My borage did die back, but
It's very self-sensitive, but it also self-soothes very well.
yeah.
I'm going to be covered in shavings and plants. That's okay. Oh, there was a zucchini down here. Oh, it's still fine. Oh, it's like kind of bad for different plants. Apparently. Okay, so there.
But I'm hoping my this garlic does as good as my onions did. I don't know if they will. They could. They might. I don't know.
Well, it's an experiment.
I actually really like doing experiments in the garden because sometimes it actually ends up really good and it's just really fun.
Like your tomatoes.
Yeah, like
What
my
is
tomatoes.
your experiment for next year?
I'm hoping, well, I don't know. Usually, it kind of just happens, but after that, it is a fun experiment to try to see what happens when these things happen.
When that things happen, you need
When-
to enunciate, you need to be clear.
Yeah.
When we experiment, when we do experimental gardening.
Yeah.
So what kind of things do we do? I think doing your sun sugars was definitely an experiment.
Yeah, we didn't know if they were gonna like.
Or they were going to turn purple and be like disgusting. I actually don't have any idea what the parents are for sun sugar. I would assume sun gold's probably one of them. But these things are hard dehydrated, so I don't know.
Look, it's good.
Okay, so we went all the way to here, I think. I'm grabbing my little seedling. I'm gonna throw away all these little pieces of plastic and move everything. This was a brand new path. Put down shavings, everything looked beautiful, and then summer happened.
Yeah.
And we went camping and swimming.
That was really fun, and I loved coming back here to do our animals and stuff, and just come down here and see all the things that
All of a sudden we're growing.
my peas, right, starting to produce. My sun sugars, all that. This year was a slower year for my tomatoes. Usually they do try to do it faster, but this year they worked on getting bigger.
Yeah, you have some really big tomatoes actually.
Yeah. We'll probably do something on that, like what the sizings are.
Let me see.
Hopefully.
There's seeds in this. Some of your brothers. There's a couple. Some of your brothers' sunflowers, even though they're little, they did produce seeds, but their seeds are tiny. Like that. You see it? There's some teeny tiny seeds in here. See if I can find another one. Right there. No, that's a pod from something else.
There's a lot
I
though.
don't know. There was seeds in there.
Yeah.
Not a ton though, because they were growing and doing really well, and then we had frost, and that
That
just kind of stops everything, huh?
Yeah. It
Unless
does.
it's a brassica or
Well,
cold hardy greens.
Like my mint did really well.
It did.
And it was,
Your mint did very, very well.
I probably shouldn't have put mint in my bed, but it did do better.
Mint in the ground, yeah. Everybody says not to do that. How come?
Because it will expand.
And what does it do when it expands?
It took up my bed, kinda.
Your mint and your borage ate everything.
Yeah, it was just, and for some reason, I thought that my borage wouldn't come back, but it did.
Well, borage is very frost hardy, or frost tender. I apologize, frost tender.
Not hardy.
So it dies back as soon as there's a frost, even a light frost. But it's self-seeded a lot, just like this year. Your borage is going to be coming up everywhere. We're going to not be able to keep all the borage next year. So
yeah.
please resign yourself to the fact that we're going to have to pull it out like a weed. Okay? But the good thing about borage in the garden is they're very tasty.
And
What parts of the borage can you use? A lot of grassroots right here.
So you can eat the flowers. You can use the flowers for teas. I really did like the tea I made with my borage, and I put ice in it for like a summer tea kind of thing. It was.
What does it taste like?
When we first got it, we were searching to see what it tastes like. And so it tastes like cucumbers. That's kind of weird to say, but it tastes like cucumbers. And you can put it in like salads, you can make tea out of it. And it doesn't actually...
You see it right there on the edge? There are little seeds there. So I'm going to put these in here, and if they come up and they're in the wrong spot, that's okay. We'll just let them go. The more things that come back each year, the wilder the garden's going to get. But
yeah,
it grows. I like that. So the flowers and the bees love each other, so we're going to do that. So what about the leaves? Did you make tea with the leaves?
No, but next year I am hope.
I think you did.
No, I tried to make water kefir with it, but it kind of, it kind of smelled weird. When I tried to drink it. It was water kefir mint, borage.
So like a second ferment where you let it steep in the kefir?
And I tried to drink it, but we didn't really get to drink it. We didn't start a second one because we were so busy trying to do things. So we didn't get to try that, but I'm hoping next year we can try it. And I'm pretty sure we left it too long. That's why it kind of smelled weird.
That could definitely be true.
But I still love drinking water kefir. We put water, we just drink water kefir plain. We put, things we've canned in it. I think we should do a canning one. Where we do, a thing on canning. But it's really fun to do that.
Videos on canning would be quite extra.
Probably.
Our kitchen is not set up for that very well. But you could do a short or something showing what kind of water kefir.
Well, I think
strawberry lemonade.
Yeah.
Watermelon mint, that kind of stuff. That's nice.
I've liked borage a lot, and that's why I got more seeds for it, but I don't think I'll need them. I might.
They have white borage somewhere. We don't have seeds for that.
It's actually no, we don't. But I don't think it's called white borage. I think it's called. I don't know.
It's called something. It has its own name.
It's related to borage.
No, it's borage. It's a white flowered variety.
Yeah, I've wanted
Alba, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Called Alba, but I feel like that might be it. Gosh, this is a lot of weeds. That's fine. We're just gonna call them what? Garden rambles. If you want to talk about different plants and things, that's fine.
I think it's really fun that we can start doing this.
Yeah.
And showing people what things.
Mustard. And it's a pretty mustard.
It is.
I think it's called dragon tongue. It's got those purple veins. Isn't that beautiful?
You
want to try one with me? The greens are what are grown with these. I do that in a salad.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Zip like the mustard flowers.
Oh,
Horseradishy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, I like that in mustard.
Oh, we have some
That's wild mustard.
mustard.
But what do we do with that?
Well, you and Brent.
Flowers.
Yeah.
This garden bed is going to be so overwrought with weeds next year. Unless we can really focus.
You pulled it.
Sorry, you can try and plant it again.
No, I want to eat it.
No, then eat it. Go ahead. It's just kale. So this year, we planted a whole bunch of our sunflowers, and these are just egg cartons. So after a year,
They'll just break out.
And actually it's probably less than a year, because I think in July is when we put these sunflowers in.
Probably.
My parents got a puppy and we lived together, and the puppy loves playing with egg cartons. These are really, really easy to break down. They just come apart.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything bad for your soil.
They actually do better things for your soil. You can kind of use it for compost.
You can add it as a brown for your compost, yes.
And I don't like doing that.
It's not super pretty, but it works. And most people end up with a lot of egg cartons, especially if they save them for someone who has chickens.
Like us?
Yeah. And you end up with some where you might reuse your egg cartons, but you know, they have a little bit of egg on them or something. And so you just take those and use those for plant starts. The egg doesn't bother plants at all.
Yeah.
I'm driving real slow, that's odd.
Usually people speed by here. This is like a different kind of kale.
It's probably a different kind of mustard.
I'm pretty sure this is kale more.
It could be, but I don't think so. I planted a lot of mustard.
This is a very pretty plant. It's like, can you see that?
Let me think, where did I stop?
Pretty.
Right under here, I think. Got all these grass roots just coming in from the parking area. That is such a challenge. They're not going to stop. They're going to go, oh, this has nice soft soil. We're going to go over there. Same with all of the mallow. Okay, so it's there. Let's see here. So what was your favorite thing about the garden this year?
A lot of things grew for me.
Is there anything particularly delicious that you like to eat?
Tomatoes, borage.
How about your mint?
That was really good.
What are you going to do with all that mint in your bed?
I'm probably gonna try to pull it or do something with it.
You don't want to dry it and make tea? If you cut it back, it will keep it in check a little bit.
Yeah.
These grass roots.
Oh, my feet are starting to fall asleep.
I'm sorry, honey. Okay. I don't know how many, I actually don't know how many of these things we have. You're in the back, sweetheart. Oh.
Oopsie.
Why do we try to not be in the bed?
Because it compacts the soil, and
Why is that bad? Makes it nice and smooth and flat, doesn't it?
yeah, I can't remember why, but
Because the plants can't absorb water anymore.
oh,
It affects how much water the soil can hold.
look at how thick this stalk is. Like,
And how hard the plants have to work
that'll be better.
to
Another little.
grow. And it's really, really hard, dense soil, like concrete. The plants aren't going to have a very good time trying to grow through it. They're going to go, oh, this is really hard. I just don't know if I can do this. Whereas, if it's nice and soft and fluffy like this, it's just like all of the grass roots, right? They love it. They're like, this is great. This is a really nice place to grow.
Yeah, because
It gets fed, it gets watered, it gets, you know, not walked on. It's nice and soft and fluffy. It's everything they want in life.
Yeah.
They can go to seed, which is what every animal and every plant is trying to do, is to reproduce. So,
Well, yeah.
it's a nice place to do that.
This is longer than I expected it to be.
Okay, if you wanted to end the ramble here, then go ahead. So thank you for joining us in our garden ramble. This is a little bit longer than it was expected to be. That happens when we talk in the garden.
Yeah.
I don't know that we accomplished a ton other than, so all of this is interplanted with garlic all the way to here. So that's probably 12 feet, which is not too bad.
Yeah.
3 rows of garlic.
I think I'm gonna end it here. But
Okay.
it was really fun.